Hi, this is David with entry number. Sorry about this noise. With entry number 704. Coming at you here on the streets of. Where am I? Beckbum? Beckbum, I think it's the street. Yeah, it's a really long street that actually goes all the way to that foreign area I told you about a few videos ago. All these heaters. Those are all heaters. Currently, it's fairly cold, but not too bad. Just had a double back-to-back meeting, so that was good. Meetings, I should say. It's always nice to get a few of these under my belt. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You know, I tend to say things are interesting, and I think I'm overusing it. So I think I'm not really someone who keeps to resolutions or thinks that they're worthwhile. But I think maybe one thing I'll try and work on for this next year is to stop saying interesting as much and actually use other words to describe what I think about things rather than just using an all-encompassing adjective such as interesting, I should say. Yeah. It's very cold though. I shouldn't say it's not cold. It's pretty cold. It's sunny though. It's one of those very clear. You can see the sky. Very clear, cold days that are like kind of like strange and frustrating to experience because you kind of have this preconceived notion that that how weather works, and when it seems to disagree with you, it's upsetting. I don't want to say it's interesting. Anyway, had a good day today though. I'm gonna go back and do a little research on the net about other options and stuff. It's interesting. Oh, here. Sorry about that. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this on the phone, but right there. Look at that. See all those red motorcycles? And look at this. Look at these two Porsches over there. Boom. Boom. That's a Porsche 911 Turbo and a Porsche 911 63 or something. Those two cars combined worth in the US is like about $300,000. In Korea, probably about almost $1 million. It's kind of crazy to think about, actually. But yeah, that Porsche 911 Turbo is capable of going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3.2 seconds or 3.1 seconds. Very, 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 very fast. Anyway, had a good day. Just did a little bit of grocery shopping. I know I've been listening. I told you I've been listening to this podcast. That's like a 3-hour conversation podcast with like no ads on YouTube. And something that I've been getting a lot out of it is the main host is this guy who's super into mind-altering substances, and he's a really big proponent of something called DMT or dimethyltryptamine, and a lot of like these psychoactive psychoactive drugs. And one thing that he's brought up that I found is very interesting is the concept of Moses and the burning bush. And if you're not familiar, in the Bible, in the Torah, it talks about Moses climbing up Mount Sinai outside of Egypt and having God speak to him in the form of a burning bush. And what's fascinating about what some research has found is that a particular bush that grows outside of Egypt at elevation, something called acacia. And what they found is that one of the prime, maybe not ingredients you would say, but it's one of the things that's found inside acacia plants is is a substance that reacts to the human body very much in the same way as DMT. And so a fascinating conjecture has been made that Moses might have been this guy who got high on DMT and heard this bush speak to him. It's a very fascinating theory, and I very much enjoy listening to him talk about it because while Joe isn't necessarily against religion, he's very against kind of, what would you say it as, fundamentalism in any form, and or holding things like to the letter of the law. This is a very fascinating subject because it does raise a really big problem, or not problem, but possibility that what was experienced by Moses, by a man called Moses, is just kind of like a crazy high. And if you kind of base the tenets or the kind of bulwark of your religion on not really God, but rather a trip, essentially, it's kind of fascinating. I know it's not a problem. I should say it's not a problem, but it's just like it's very hard for people to believe because they're so set in their faith. But there's a good possibility that all that happened was that they burnt this acacia plant and got high and heard God speak to him. And that might have been a legitimate way to kind of lubricate relationship with God. But if it isn't, either way, it's a fascinating, very fascinating look at a possibility of the foundations of Judaism and of Christianity, and to some extent Islam. But anyway, my hand hurts. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll record another. Might be a little while before I can get like a really substantive recording, because I told you before, like when I'm out and it's like 30s or whatever, my brain kind of like does this weird thing where it doesn't want to, like, synapses don't fire right or something, and so I get a little flustered when it comes to making these things. So anyway, my thought process is when I'm recording. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk with you soon. Bye.